Welcome back to our channel, Old Wise Vibes. Welcome back to our channel. Listen carefully because this is where many people get it wrong. When you distance yourself, you assume she's fine, that she's moved on without a second thought. But in reality, the silence is messing with her mind in ways you can't imagine. Initially, she may appear strong, acting like she doesn't care. But behind closed doors, everything changes. And here's the twist. It's not the silence that makes her listen carefully, because this is where many people get it wrong. When you distance yourself, you assume she's fine, that she's moved on without a second thought. But in reality, the silence is messing with her mind in ways you can't imagine. Initially, she may appear strong, acting like she doesn't care, but behind closed doors, everything changes. And here's the twist. It's not the silence that makes her miss you, but what happens next. Stick around. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to handle this situation in a way that makes her feel your absence more deeply than ever. First, she starts reaching out unexpectedly. At first, she told herself she wouldn't contact you, convincing herself she didn't care and was fine on her own. But now her fingers hover over your name in her contact list, debating whether or not to send that message. She might have held off for days or weeks, thinking that ignoring you would give her control. But silence has a sneaky way of making people doubt their decisions. So what does she do? She breaks the silence, but in a subtle way. It's never a direct, "I miss you," or "I regret." What happened. Instead, it's something casual, like, "Hey, I saw something that reminded me of you." A simple like or comment on one of your old posts. Essentially, she's testing you to see if you'll respond. If you reply too quickly, she might distance herself again, having gotten what she wanted. But if you ignore it or keep your response brief, that's when the panic sets in. This is when you know she truly misses you. Because if she didn't, she wouldn't feel the need to check in at all. Once she realizes your absence, her ego takes a hit, and she starts subtly trying to pull you back in next. She becomes more AC on social media. Have you noticed that as soon as you go quiet, she suddenly starts posting more? It's no accident when someone misses you but doesn't want to admit it. They try to get your attention indirectly. She wants you to notice her without having to break the silence herself. So she posts more selfies, often looking extra good as if she's thriving without you. She adds cryptic captions that hint at emotions like "everything happens for a reason" or "lessons learned." Maybe some song lyrics about heartbreak or longing, just enough to make you wonder if they're about you. She might even post throwback pictures from the times you were together, knowing they'll catch your eye. In some cases, she might even post pictures with other people, not because she's moved on, but because she wants to trigger jealousy and force you to act. She's planting seeds of doubt in your mind, making you wonder if she's already moved on. But here's the key. The more you don't react, the crazier it drives her. If the button she's pressing don't get a response, she starts to lose control. If she's really missing you, but too stubborn to reach out directly, she'll start gathering information through mutual friends. She might casually ask about you. "How's he been? Has he been seeing anyone?" But what she's really asking is he okay without me? She wants to know if you're struggling, if you've been checking her social media, or even if you've been trying to contact her. But when she finds out you're perfectly fine without her, that's when it stings the most. She expected you to miss her, to wait for her, or at least react to her absence, and instead you're quiet and unfazed, and that drives her crazy in her mind. If a man truly cared, he would still be thinking about her. So now she starts wondering, was I not that important to him? Has he already moved on? The moment those thoughts creep in, the power dynamic shifts. She's no longer in control. You are now. Let's talk about something interesting. If she knows where you usually go, your gym, your favorite coffee shop, or a certain club or event, you might suddenly start running into her. Coincidence? Not at all. This is calculated. She knows that if she shows up looking good and confident, you'll have no choice but to notice her. She might pretend to be surprised when she runs into you, but deep down, she knows exactly what she's doing by now. You should be able to spot these signs, which will help you handle the situation with confidence while keeping your power intact. Remember, action speak louder than words, so stay aware of the subtle. She leaves behind next. She starts dropping hints that she regrets losing you when someone truly misses you. They begin to show signs that they want you back without directly saying it. Maybe she posts something about fixing past mistakes. Perhaps she texts you a random memory you shared, or suddenly sends you a message saying, I miss talking to you. But the biggest sign is when she apologizes, even subtly. I know I could have handled things better. I didn't appreciate you enough. I never wanted things to turn out this way. At this point, her pride is starting to crumble. She realizes what she's lost. But the real question is, will you give her another chance? That's up to you. However, if you want to keep her wondering, the best thing to do is leave her in uncertainty once she truly realizes she's lost someone she values. She won't forget it. You now understand the psychology behind what happens when you pull away. Silence is powerful, but only if you use it correctly. Stay in control, stay unfazed, and let her actions speak louder than words when she truly misses you. You won't have to wonder. Her behavior will tell you everything when she's cold or distant, or even snaps at you for no reason. You might think she doesn't care anymore, but in reality, if she didn't care, she wouldn't react emotionally at all. A woman who's truly moved on won't feel the need to prove anything. She won't go out of her way to be distant, post cryptic messages, or try to make you jealous. The fact that she's emotionally unsettled or easily irritated shows that she's feeling something much deeper, but she refuses to acknowledge it. This is where the power dynamic shifts. While she's losing control over her emotions, you remain calm, focused, and in control of your life. That imbalance is what drives her crazy. One of the biggest signs she misses you is when she suddenly starts appearing in places you frequent. At first you might think it's a coincidence, but it's not. When a woman is truly trying to move on, she'll avoid places that remind her of you. However, if she misses you, she may try to recreate the past by showing up at places you often visit, even if she never cared about them before. If you regularly go to a certain coffee shop, she might start going there. If you hit the gym often, she might decide to join. If there's a gathering with mutual friends, she'll make sure she's there. She might even try to bump into you in places where she doesn't usually go, like the grocery store, just to see if you'll notice her. She'll dress up hoping you'll see her and feel something. She may act like she's having a great time, but deep down, she's watching your reaction. What she's really doing is trying to remind you of her presence. She wants to know if you still care. The key is how you react. If you act excited or show that you care, she wins, but if you stay calm and composed, you maintain control. If she's missing you, but too proud to admit it, she'll start dropping hints that she's not as okay as she appears. Initially, she might act like everything's fine, posting happy pictures, hanging out with friends, and portraying her life as perfect, but over time, subtle cracks begin to show. She might post a sad lyric, share a quote about losing something precious, or post a picture of an old place you both used to visit. These are all signs that she wants you to notice and reach out deep down. She doesn't want to be the one to break the silence. She hopes you'll reach out to her so she can convince herself that you still think about her the longer you let her sit. In regret, the more she'll realize that she messed up. Eventually, she'll have to decide whether to swallow her pride or lose you for good. If she still feels frustrated that you haven't chased her, she might try to use jealousy as a tool. She could post a picture with another guy, casually mention dating someone new to a mutual friend, or flirt with someone publicly, hoping it triggers a reaction from you. But here's the thing, if she were truly over you, she wouldn't feel the need to prove anything. Her actions aren't about moving on, they're about manipulation. She's trying to see if you still care, testing if she can get an emotional reaction from you. The worst thing you can do is for it. If you show jealousy or respond emotionally, she'll know she still has power over you. The best move is to stay unbothered. The more she sees that her attempts aren't working, the more frustrated she'll become. And that's when the tables turn after all the indirect hints and failed attempts to make you jealous. She may finally reach out directly. At first it might be something casual, like a simple, "Hey, how have you been?" or a random text. But deep down she's been thinking about you nonstop. Now the question is, what will you do next if you handle this moment? Right? She'll miss you even more than she ever expected as she tries to move on. She might start comparing every guy she meets to you. She may go on dates, download dating apps, or start talking to new people thinking she's ready to move forward. But the more she does this, the more she realizes that no one compares to you. The emotional imprint you left on her can't be erased. At first, she'll try to ignore it, convincing herself she just needs to get to know someone else. But soon she'll notice that conversations feel awkward and no one understands her the way you did. She'll realize that it's not just the other guys who are different, she's different too with you. There was a deep emotional connection, but now she's stuck in shallow interactions that don't satisfy her. That's when she starts thinking about you more, wondering if she made a mistake and regretting pushing you way now. She knows for sure you're irreplaceable. Finally, when she misses you the most, she'll become more nostalgic. She'll scroll through old pictures, watch videos you took together, and remember inside jokes that only the two of you shared. This strengthens her emotional attachment to you. Suddenly, songs, smells, and places remind her of you. She tries to hide it, but no matter how hard she tries, the nostalgia won't go away. She begins associating you with some of the best times in her life. The deeper this feeling grows, the harder it becomes for her to detach. If she reaches out, it won't just be because she misses you, it's because she can't bear the thought of not having you in her life anymore. If this video helped you gain some clarity, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more. And if you want to learn how to make her miss you even more, check out the next video on your screen. Now this content is intended for motivational and self-improvement purposes only. I will see you in the next video and subscribe for more related videos.